Today on Mornings in the Lab, we're going to go deep. We're going to go real deep. We're going real deep. I'm going to break down the 4 steps that helped me, baby, stop hiding behind the I'm fine answer. Well, besides spending lots of money on therapy and the visa along the way, we're going to get into it. We're going to talk about how to overcome emotional blocks, man. Yes. We're also going to dive into a bunch of other big topics here today. If we got some time, we're going to get into why your to-do list might be killing your productivity faster than your boss's 7 a.m. Slack message, how to actually be yourself on social media without sounding like a robot. In a TED Talk and in today's center stage, what is the absence of I love you in your childhood might still be doing to your adult relationships? Yep, we're going to go there, guys. Listen, we don't just talk the hard stuff. We talk the fluffy stuff as well, the fluffy stuff that makes us feel good. Yeah, baby, and love is on the agenda here today. Plus, we're going to have a big conversation with Jorie coming up bottom of the first hour around the 45-minute mark. We're talking protein. We're always talking protein here on the show. It is the macronutrient of life to help you guys achieve those big audacious goals. And listen, before we roll, I invite you to smash the like button, drop a comment, hit the subscribe. This is my Donald Trump dance this morning. This is an R-rated experience, you guys. So as I told you yesterday, oh, by the way, we go every single day here on the morning show, Mondays to Friday, 8 o'clock Eastern time. And it is an R-rated experience, children. Yes, so invite the parents to put the headphones on and explain to mom and dad you're going to teach them something today, or children or parents put the headphones on the kid. The bottom line is that we might drop some. Actually, Johnny's not here today. Johnny's got internet trouble, so the language might be safer today without John Anderson on the show. All joking aside, this is an R-rated show. We just want to give you guys a heads up that kids might be offended. And hey, listen, don't hit the snooze button. You hit that snooze button, you're going to be 9 minutes. Yes, I said 9 minutes behind the guy who doesn't. I will remind you that every single day when you show up on this show, because if you're hitting the snooze button, you're already 9 minutes behind. And in my experience, most guys that hit it twice, maybe even 3 times. If you hit the snooze button 3 times, you're 30 minutes behind the guy who hasn't. So don't come and bitch to me that you have no time to do anything. You always got time to do stuff. This is your morning accountability partner for men. We're here to help you start your day right with laughter, insights, and the occasional uncomfortable truth. As a matter of fact, the conversation happened in the green room before the show was skin or skinless. Yeah, you can let your heads go where you want to go there. But listen, coming up here in a couple moments, we've got C. Marty Fit, the boy wonder, Christopher Martin, joining us all the way from Maryland. And like I said this morning, we have John Anderson, who is typically here on the show, who is away today with some internet issues as he's traversing the California countryside. And of course, we got producer Jimmy on the buttons, making us sound good, making the cameras look good, and making sure we get to the community corner and sure we hit all of our spots along the way. Of course, we got the foundation, Melissa, behind the scenes, making sure we are showing up and doing everything we're supposed to do every single day. That is the team that brings you Mornings in the Lab with Keith and Friends. Good morning, Amy Reiner. Good to see you there in the comments. Love to have you here. All right, fellas, listen, let's just get into that. Refill that coffee mug. Good morning, Holroyd. Adam Holroyd joining us here this morning in the lab. Good to see you. Hey, Adam, Amy beat you in this morning. Amy said hi first. So if we're having competitions for who's up first, it looks like Holroyd, Amy beat you. And Adam, Amy's in Boston. I think you're in Buffalo. So you guys are a couple B's here just up down the road. Yeah, you're up down the road from each other. Yeah, there's a true story there. Jimmy, we'll bring in Marty here in a second, guys. Listen, I invite you to adjust those AirPods. We're going to jump in today's morning loop where we're going to hit you with some stories that'll make you laugh, think, or double check if your gym's really worth the membership. Guys, I got something to throw on the table this morning about when you go to the gym, when you don't go to the gym, when's the best time to go to the gym. Yes, Reiner, you need that win today. Oh, do tell. Curious to know what's going on in your world. Good morning, Cunningham. Good to see you here this morning as well. You know, listen, guys, all right, confession time. I was having some chats with the old folks in the YouTube world yesterday. People like, hey, don't be going to drive subscribers. You want to build community. And I'm like, you're right. So, you know, while we get caught up with vanity metrics, do I like tacos? I love tacos. Oh, yeah, baby. I love tacos, Mr. Payload. Hey, Mr. Payload, welcome to the show this morning. Morning's Lab with Keith Friends. I invite you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. This is a morning show for men. I'm the rap god. I talk really fast just like this every single morning. I get up really early so I get the mouth going fast. Yes, true story. Yes. Jimmy, how did you like them? Mr. Paolo, what kind of tacos do you like? Do you like beef? You like chicken? You like chipotle? You like tofu? What kind of tacos do you like? Let's see here. Adam, pretty close, other side of the lake in Toronto. Yes, exactly. I'll try to do better tomorrow. Oh, speaking of tomorrow, I'm warning all of you guys right now. Oh, Uncle Keith's going to be a tired soul tomorrow. Yep, going to be a tired soul. My boys got his big hockey game tonight. If they win the championship. So my boy's the captain. We had a big chat yesterday. I said, hey, man, I said to him yesterday, I invite you to visualize what it's going to be like lifting up the championship, lifting up the trophy. I invite you to think about who you're giving the trophy to first. I invite you to, I like hairy tacos. I like my tacos bald, Mr. Payload. I'm just saying, just saying, just going to offer that up there. But listen, back to the conversation with lifting trophies. I said to Carter, I said, dude, listen, you have to envision it happening because it's not going to happen by accident. Envision lifting the trophy. Envision who you're handing it first. Envision what it's going to feel like winning the championship, what it's going to feel like captaining your team to the league championship. But as I was saying here, guys, we are building a community of men and women that show up here every single day with myself, John, and Marty to help you guys get up and hit those big audacious goals. All right, let's get into some of the big topics this morning, guys. Listen, I got something for you guys here. Let's do this one right now. Jimmy, I'm just gonna miss my here we go. All right, guys, what if I told you there are 5 people living today with real life superpowers? Yeah, they missed me on the list that even scientists can't fully explain. I'm telling you, we drop news that you guys can use every single day. I'm going to drop you guys something right now this morning that when you go hang around work today, go to the water cooler or talk to people, you go, hey, I heard about people with superpowers today, and it's not just all Uncle Keith. From the man who never sleeps to the woman who sees inside your body. Today, we're going to dive deep into some extraordinary abilities of folks that I found just hanging on the internet for some morning conversation with you guys. And listen, here's the point of this topic as I have a sip of my coffee. Understanding these humans' unique abilities not only fuels our imagination, it's fun, frankly, it's fun. It's a fun thing to do. But it also challenges the understanding of human potential. You know, and speaking of human potential, you guys hear about, the old longevity dude, Brian Johnson. Oh, I talked about him a couple days ago. Yeah, there's an article in the New York Times. Well, nation, I found a disciple of Brian Johnson. I found a guy who was in his program, the longevity program of Brian Johnson, the guy who's living forever and popped himself with pills and got all the bullshit going on. Then all this controversies come out that he's papering people NDAs and can't say shit about anything. Anyways, guys, I connected with a disciple of the Brian Johnson program. I think his name is Brian Johnson. Yeah. And he's going to join me for an in-depth live in the lab conversation. So I'm hoping to book 60 to 90. And we're going to peel the onion back on what's happening over there with Brian's program. But listen, this conversation this morning about understanding these unique abilities not only fuels the imagination of these humans, but it also inspires us to push the boundaries of what we think is possible. Because we get up every single day and we don't know what we don't think. We don't listen. We talk about it often. We live with limiting beliefs. However, there's a guy named Daniel Browning Smith, known as the Rubber Boy. Jimmy, this guy is hypermobile. His hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos syndrome allows him unmatched flexibility, earning him 7 Guinness World Records. Listen, when I heard the Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, I thought they were talking about the Winnipeg Jets hockey team. You know, I got a guy named Nikolai Ehlers on the team, and we had a guy last name with a Dankos on the team. But yeah, so this guy's a rubber boy. He can just twist himself into every different position. And I got to think, Jimmy, I wonder what the guy's sex life is like. Yes, I went there. Yes, I did go there. I guess my head's going there this morning. It tends to go there often. Hey, I'm a young man. I'm a young man with an unmatched libido. I'm a young man who's got unmatched testosterone at 53. I'm a young man who believes in life expectancy work, Jimmy. Yes. So I'm only wondering what this guy's flexibility is like. Geez, could you imagine, Jimmy, the positions this guy just rolls himself out of? Hey, honey, yeah, how about this position? She's like, what? Yes. Dude, this guy, I wonder, Jimmy, if this guy could give himself his own. Do I have to go there, Jimmy? Do we have to go there? Is that where we're going to go this morning? Do you think he can go? Do you think he's able to bend over and give himself his own? I just wondered. I'm just wondering. Or maybe his own 96 or 69. I don't know. Just curious. Hey, listen. Then, Jimmy, there's Natasha Demkina, a Russian. Let's ask Marty. I don't think Marty knows what the hell he's walking himself into.
I have no idea what you're talking about, bro.
Oh, Marty, we're talking about humans with superpowers. And I'm talking about a guy named Daniel Browning Smith, who's known as Rubber Boy. And he has unmatched flexibility. And I was just wondering out loud, Marty, if he's able to give himself his own. Just wondering. He's a flexible fella. And Marty, there's Natasha Demkins, a Russian woman who claims to have X-ray vision. Just wanders around gyms and wanders around places, correctly diagnosing medical
She's
conditions.
a gym creep.
I got a
gym creep.
I have a conversation about gyms coming up with you. I have something I wanted to throw on the table for you and Johnny, but Johnny's busy connecting his internet right now. So I want to talk to you about the gym here in a few moments. But yeah, there's Natasha, the Russian, who's wandering around just peering through everybody and wondering what they're wearing underneath their clothes. And then we got Ngok Thai. Jimmy, I said yes, Ngok. Ngok Thai, a Vietnamese farmer, Marty, hasn't slept since 1962.
Really?
Yeah, surviving on tea and rice.
Hey, good for him. I want to sleep. You look forward to sleep some days. How do you not look forward to it?
Dude, yesterday I could not wait to get to sleep.
Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it.
Tomorrow, after, because I know tonight's going to be. Tomorrow is going to be. I got Carter's big championship game today, and I got a 2-hour drive. It's going to be a late night. I might just fucking go straight to the show from the championship. Who knows? But yeah, I'm looking forward to sleep. Oh, we got Amy coming in. The more I learn about Marty, Marty, look at the compliment from Amy Reiner. The more I learn about Marty, the more I can see she had a great mother. I'm sorry, he had a great mother. Yes.
Get my pronouns right.
Yes.
Yes, I did. I have a great mother. Yes.
Are we going to the woke side of our show? No, that was the first few episodes, Marty. We've left the wokeness.
You know what they say? Go woke. You know the saying? Never mind. I don't know if I can say it.
You're gonna unwind all of Amy's comments with one comment when you just were gonna make what you were gonna make.
Well, my mom would say the same thing.
I'm sure she would. I'm sure.
That's how you know I got a great mother.
I know.
No, I'm playing.
But here's the thing, though, and Amy's so bang on. She's so bang on. Often we don't meet the parents of the folks we hang out with, but just by knowing the folks we hang out with, you can tell they got great parents. Yeah. I can tell just through my relationship with you, you got solid parents who've set the values straight, who have set you in the right direction, and there's power in that. Just like when you meet some folks, you can realize that their parents are probably schmucks.
Absolutely.
Oh, and you've met plenty in your lifetime.
Daily. I promise you, daily, man. And I don't do the race card. I don't do that. But I think when people see me, they see the braids, the tats, and my skin color. They think they could talk to me any type of way. 100%. And I'm not that guy. I'll hit you back with a comeback and shock people.
Yeah. Oh, listen. I hate it, but I guarantee you're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct. Right? It's we know that. Listen, we know that folks judge books by their cover. We talk about it all the time, Marty. And you got three of us on this show that, you look at the three of us, there's okay, but let's judge that one. Let's judge that one. That guy there, who knows what he's doing? That guy there, look at his teeth. There, he's black and he's got tattoos. So let's just judge these motherfuckers.
I'll say this though, from the outside looking in, if I was scrolling and watching our show,
yes,
I would be like, what the fuck is this shit show?
Yes.
Well, what is this?
That's what Flynn always said. And I'm like, good. perfect.
Yeah, that's what we want, though. Yeah, that's exactly what we want.
So we want somebody to go, what? They're talking about love? Yeah, we're talking about love today, 100%. We were talking about emotion today as well. We're also talking about people with superheroes, Marty, superpowers, and we also have a couple other folks here I want to get to. Stephen Wiltshire, an artist with an extraordinary photographic memory. He's able to recreate detailed cityscapes after just one glance. So he looks at a city and he can recreate it instantly. Like, who are these folks? And then
that's actually a crazy superpower. That's the one I would want.
I know. Yeah. Well, and I thought this was interesting because I know you and I are both superhero guys, and we like the Avengers, and we enjoy talking about Batman and so forth. So I thought, talking superpowers to humans is quite interesting. And then we have Wim Hof, the Iceman. I like the Iceman. He holds records for enduring extreme cold temperatures, showing the extraordinary capacity of the human body through breath control and cold exposure. So this guy can go to extreme cold.
So I had the old white guy I had on my show. He said Wim Hof is his idol.
Really?
I'm like, who the fuck is he?
Yeah.
Like, who is that? But that's crazy you brought that up. Yeah.
That is crazy. So Nation, ask yourself this. If you could unlock one hidden ability within yourself, what would it be and how would it change your life? Marty would ask for what? No, you want photographic memory.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
because then when if you need a story, if a crime happens, and I'm there, I got the power. They're gonna take my word for it.
This is truth. Yeah, this is true. I'd want X-ray vision so I can just be a fucking pervert all the time, just walking around being pervert.
That fits you, Keith.
there's
the Canadian pervert.
Oh Jesus, Murphy! There's a soundbite not going away in mine. I got Jimmy coming in with the fucking laughter coming on here. Jimmy, before we go to the accountability check-in, I want to get to one more conversation with Marty here because this one's a good one for Marty, and I picked this one out specifically for the young man Christopher Martin. Guys, have you ever planned to work out only to find the gym packed like sardines in a tin? Or maybe you've wondered if there's a perfect quiet time to hit the weights without a crowd. I got some stats that reveal the busiest and quiet times at the gym, backed by fresh data and the guy who runs the gym to help you optimize your workout schedule. Marty, when is the most busiest day in the gym from your experience?
Busiest day?
Yeah, in the week. Which one is it?
Monday.
Oh, okay. So according to recent gym attendance from Pure Gym, the busiest times are Tuesday, most crowded day in the gym.
That makes sense too.
Monday, Tuesday, maybe somebody's coming off a weekend and it's like, holy fuck, I've missed Monday. I got to get here Tuesday.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And you know what's funny about Marty is that if you get to Tuesday, here's the funny thing, right? Because we're all human and we all have our fallacies. Oh fuck, it's Monday. I don't feel like going to the gym today. Fuck, I gotta go. I gotta get there on Tuesday. Then you get there Tuesday. Okay, at least I got here before Wednesday. It's Wednesday's hump day. I'm taking the day off today because I got there Tuesday.
So you're saying they skip Monday?
Yes.
Get there Tuesday.
Yes.
Then skip Wednesday because it's hump day.
Yes. Then they feel good about themselves.
That's why we have the obesity rates we have.
Yes. And then Marty, I think this one's obvious that the busiest month is January. And then the quietest times are Sundays, followed by Saturdays and Fridays. And then December is consistently the quietest month.
Absolutely.
Holidays.
Holiday season.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, I guess their PTO that they didn't use.
Oh,
a lot of people like to use that to travel in December.
Yes.
So gyms are empty. Super
and then
empty.
Easter Sunday, Marty, coming up late this year is typically sees the lowest attendance of the year. So there's some so guys, as you're planning your gym time, consider mid-afternoon visits. Ideally, you get up and get going first thing in the morning, guys. That's what we subscribe to. Get up, get after it. And listen, here's what Keith, Marty, and Johnny subscribe to. Don't pick someday, pick every day. There's no reason not to go to the gym. And gym's a metaphor. Gym can be staying at home doing some stretching, but the gym is something you do every single day. So don't worry about what somebody else is doing. Worry about yourself and get after it, get to the gym and just make it regular. And then you don't have to worry about when it's good, when it's not good, because it's just part of your regular morning, daily routine. All right, Marty, let's do the accountability check-in. Let's come back and talk love. Then we're going to get to the fit tip, and then we're going to talk about opening up. Yeah. All right, guys, I don't follow the no screen time rule. And here's why. Because I tried all the productivity hacks. I turned off the notifications. I kept my phone in the other room, like Johnny says. I limited my screen time. That's what all the experts said. So I tried. I'm like, all right, I'll just limit it. I'd go a couple hours a day without looking at my phone. Then the second I picked it up, just boom, down the rabbit hole. Suddenly, an hour's gone. Then another, scrolling, watching, clicking, convincing myself I was learning something. But really, here's the fucking facts, guys. I was just chasing that dopamine hit. Dopamine, right? The problem wasn't the screen. It was how I was using it. I realized that during that time, I was spending all my time consuming and pretending it was work. Oh, it's work. So I had to make a deal with myself. If I spent an hour consuming, I have to spend an hour creating. Yeah, this thing makes great content, you guys. True story. Not because screen time is evil, but because if I don't use it with purpose, I'm just burning time. And you know what, you guys? It worked. Getting distracted by mindless shit isn't the big problem anymore because I've built intentionality into how I use my devices. And does it still happen? Of course it does. Oh yeah, pick up the phone and get caught up in scrolling madness. But I catch myself before doing it, before I look up and I wonder where the hell the entire day went. Listen, screens aren't the enemy. They're not going away. There's only more coming. But the mindless consumption you're putting yourself is. So I invite you to try something new today, guys. I invite you to try something new. Jeremy, Adam, Amy, Mr. Payland, Jimmy, for every minute you consume, spend a minute creating. There you go. There's your challenge today. If you're spending 10 minutes consuming, make 10 minutes to create. And see if it makes a difference in how productive you feel by the end of the day. Listen, we're all consuming content. Take a second to create some content. Your life might change. There you go. The accountability check-in this morning. Mornings live with Keith and friends every single day at 8:15 Eastern time. Mindful conversational content to help you guys pause and consider what might help you achieve some big, audacious goals. All right. Jimmy, Marty, have you ever wondered why certain relationships or interactions feel so difficult? Almost like something essential is missing. Today, I'm going to dive into some traits often developed by adults who rarely hear simple yet powerful words during childhood. And these three words, which were, I love you. Now, Marty, I'm going to put you on the spot, brother. I'm going to put your mom and dad on the spot. Did you hear those words growing up, Marty? And I'm being honest with you, brother. Did you hear those words growing up?
Yeah, I definitely heard it.
Yeah. Often?
For both sides.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was a child who didn't hear it perhaps as much as I'd wanted, frankly, and it spent a lot of time fucking my head up. And recognizing these hidden patterns can transform an understanding of yourself and, man, thousands of dollars in therapy and others, paving the way for a healthier connection, greater empathy, and personal growth. I've shared with you over my time here, Marty, that I've struggled with empathy over the years. But according to some clinical psychologists, Dr. Quimby and Dr. McBride, the absence of those three words can deeply affect self-esteem, emotional security, and relationship building skills in adults. Traits that are often observed, Marty, by folks that don't hear I love you. And I can relate to some of these guys. I'm gonna put myself out there and just relate to some of them. Low self-esteem, the constant need for external validation, people-pleasing behaviors, maybe a lack of self-identity, perfectionism, a struggle with setting boundaries, a fear of rejection, fear of abandonment, difficulty with emotional regulation. You know, the list goes on, anxiety, depression, and so forth. Marty, when you hear some of these words on this list, these traits that I've described, do you have friends in your circle that you wonder if they grew up hearing those words, I love you? And if they're struggling with some of these issues, Marty?
Yeah, I've definitely dealt with people that I think they didn't hear that coming up. You know, the constant need for validation. Yeah. If I'm not validating them enough, they'll be like, well, you didn't say da 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 da. You know.
Yeah.
And you know, it's a journey you have to go on. You got to learn how to love yourself and not need that validation whether someone's telling you they love you or not, you know.
Yes.
You gotta have an unconditional love for yourself through the ups and downs. And so I'm my parents told me they love me, but there were times maybe, not to get too personal, maybe I didn't hear anything else positive, right?
Yes.
You said you love me, but you criticizing me here. Yes. I never hear good job.
Yes.
Right? Or I'm proud of you.
Yes.
So that brought some self-esteem issues. So when I really grew to love myself, the pros, the cons, the good, the bad, that's when those issues went away. So I think you shouldn't depend on another person, if that makes sense. Even though you should still have that in your life, you should be surrounded by people that love you. You know,
dude, you're a fucking old soul, man. Some of the things you're saying right now,
hey, man, I've been around the block a little bit, man.
I know you have. I know that's why I have so much love for you. Because you said something that you said something that when I found this article for discussion this morning, Marty, is what moved me the most. And you said it. You just said it. If somebody's not saying to you that they love you, even though that they do, it's not your fault. You got to shift that blame off of yourself, right? And recognize that you got to love yourself first, right? Yep. Practicing radical self-love first, looking in your mirror and finding that self-love, right? Actively challenging your limiting beliefs, actively challenging those negative self-beliefs and replacing them with compassion and understanding. And listen, I love my mom and dad. Brian and Gladys love you to pieces. These were issues for me growing up. I'm the first person to admit it. And I did not grow up in a world where I felt there was unconditional love. I felt it was, oh, well, you're going to be a doctor. You're going to be a lawyer. Okay, what if I'm a gas station attendant? Oh, you don't want to be that. Oh, so you're not going to love me then? And I'm just using that as a metaphor because it's like,
right.
You know what I mean? It's like, well, no, but you should be a lawyer. Well, no, I don't want to be a lawyer. I want to go pump gas. Well, no, but that's just not what you're, and I, you know what I mean? So now as a parent, I'm adamant about talking about pride, about how proud I am. And Marty, what I'll often say to my kids is, and I'm conscious of this. I'm not proud of you because you got an A+ on a report card, because that's the net result. I'm proud of the work ethic you put in to get there.
Yep.
There's a difference, isn't there?
Yep. Absolutely.
Right. And go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I always think about, I don't have any kids yet, obviously, but I always think about when that time comes, when they bring a report card home, like, am I going to be mad if they don't have all A's? And the answer is no, because I wasn't an all A student.
Yes.
But now if you in class, not putting in effort and you coming home with D's and C's, then we got a problem. But if you put in effort and you got a C+ or a B-,
yes,
I'm cool. I'm cool with that,
Yes.
So
yes,
I'm right there with you.
Yeah, and I will be honest with you, man. It was the I love you thing for me, especially with my father, was a big thing for me, Marty. It's a big thing. It was something that I had wanted to hear forever, and I had never heard it. And to this day, it's not 3 words that I hear from my father, and it's not words that he perhaps was taught to use. Right. Yeah. So because of that, I've made it really important for me, for my children, my 3 kids, that they know that I love them unconditionally.
I'm sure you shower them with that phrase.
I tell them all the time.
I'm sure you do.
It's important to me because I know it's important to me, but then the other thing is it's just unconditionally knowing that I love them.
Yep.
Right. So go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can relate. My dad, he always tells me he loves me, but, my dad had a successful basketball career.
Yes.
I wasn't as successful, and I wanted to be just like my dad because that's all everyone talked about coming up. And, I found myself in college, stuff not going my way, and I'd be telling him, and that's what I talked about on your show. And he was like, look, man, I don't care what happens in your basketball career.
I remember.
I'm going to love you regardless. He was like, I'm going to love you whether you go play pro. I'm going to love you whether you, whatever you do. He was like, you my son.
Yes.
Always going to love you. That right there, that boosted my confidence. Like, not that I never had my dad's approval, but that like kind of just, that changed my whole mindset as a man, young man coming up.
You got me quivering lips and moisture in my eyes and we should probably have this conversation in the future when Johnny's around, but it's the father-son relationship, because what you just said, I recognize even with my own son, right? Like Carter is a smart, methodical, perhaps more quiet individual. His dad's loud, obnoxious, not quiet, right? So, and I sometimes perhaps see him wanting to aspire or wanting to be like, and I'm like, dude, no, like, don't try to be like me. Don't try to or want to fit in my shoes. Chart your path. I want to support that. I'm here to catch you when you fall. I'm here to celebrate you when you win, but really trying to encourage him to be his own human, right?
Yep. Yeah, definitely. That's what you're supposed to do.
That's exactly it.
He's never going to be Keith.
No,
he can be like Keith. He can learn things from Keith, but he's not Keith.
Yes. And it's funny you said it, because we will often use Keith in the third person, especially with his hockey team, right? Because they're like, oh, Keith's coming because there's right. It's not Carter, your dad's coming. Oh, there's Keith coming to fucking rah the team up, right? So
I can see it now.
There's some humor in that. So guys, listen, Jimmy, we're gonna get to the fit tip here. Guys, listen. Remember, acknowledging experiences and traits isn't about blame or regret. I don't blame my folks. I don't regret about anything. I've spent my time learning. I've spent my time in reflection. It's about this, you guys. And Marty, which is why I love Marty's soul and he's got awareness, he's got growth, and I've spent my time healing. So guys, you deserve love, especially from yourself. And men, don't run away from it. You know, as you heard me kick the show off, we spend so much time focusing on, all these manly things. Guys, love is part of it. Don't be afraid of love. It is wonderful when you fall into it, and it's wonderful as you go through it. There we go. Marty, let's do the fit tip, brother. Then we'll keep the show rolling. Let's do it, pal.
Yep. All right, man. Just not a practical fitness tip today, but just something I've been thinking about. A lot of times on my social media, I trigger people. It's just what I do. And one of the rebuttals, especially when I talk about the guys, is, well, he's not interested in working out. He has no motivation to work out. And my favorite one, oh, he's happy. And listen, the fittest people are not 100% interested in working out all the time. They don't have motivation to work out. And why does happiness mean that you're not active? Why does happiness mean you can gorge yourself, you can eat whatever you want? And listen, eat at the finest restaurants, that's fine. But when it's to the point where it's being a detriment to your health, your body composition is changing, it's declining rapidly, we got to fix something. That's not happiness. You can still work out. You can still make the money, run your business, be the great family man, and take care of yourself. But that's not happiness. It's not going to be happiness years down the road. And we have to think about the future. The choices I'm making today, how's this going to affect me 10, 20, 30, 40 years from now? And if you're just doing whatever you want because you're quote unquote happy, you're going to regret it later. So the next time you think that you don't feel like working out, you want to press a snooze button, you're going to skip a day, you're going to skip a week, take a month off, take a break. Think about how that's going to affect you later in life. And you don't want to feel that feeling of regret. That's the fitness tip for today.
The word regret's a word that you don't want to regret using or having.
You never want to feel that. It's a bad feeling, man.
Yeah. especially when you have the ability to change it, right?
Yeah.
So, but then if you do go through it, as long as we're learning from it, that's got to be the key point as we go through anything in life. Marty, the key topic today was asking our audience about, are you afraid to open up? And
can I add something real quick to that fitness tip? Real quick.
Yeah.
What I've learned too, that anytime you regret something, you had a chance to change it. The opportunity was presented there for you, probably multiple times, and you said no. You delayed it. You put it off to tomorrow, and now you're here and regret. That I've learned that over the years. So,
dude, that's gold. Let's hang there for a second. Two things.
Yep.
It's April next week. In 2 months, it's June. There's a lot of folks who are thinking about the summer, and they're thinking about how their body and their physiques are going to look.
Yep.
They're going to wake up in June. They're mindful of it today, but they're not going to do nothing about it today.
Yep.
Guys, I'm telling you right now, you're going to regret June if you don't do something right now today.
Absolutely.
Like you just are, because you heard me talking, you heard Marty talking. You know what you guys got to do, man. You know what you have to do. So you can choose to live a life of, fuck, man, it's June 2nd. I heard Keith and Marty on March, and those guys are so right, because we are right. We are right. You guys are.
Yeah, this isn't debatable.
No, it's actually not. Because what's going to happen on June 15th, it's going to be plus fucking 30 degrees Celsius or 90 degrees. You're going to be invited to go to the beach or being invited to go hang out somewhere. You're going to go into your closet, Marty. You know, with your swim trunks or your shorts. Here it is, Marty, right? You know it. You're going to go to put them on. They're not going to fit.
Yep.
And you're going to say, fuck. And then you're going to call Marty and try to go on a plan, and he's going to make some money off you, which is great because we want Marty to make money off you. But we're actually trying to teach you right now, guys, that June starts today. It's actually started months ago. It actually started a long time ago. But that regret is coming if you don't get on it today.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And Marty, it's the same reason I talked to Carter a couple of days ago about that last hockey game. You heard me talking when you and Johnny a couple of days ago, where I felt they needed to just push a few buttons with Carter, because I felt like he was here, and I knew there was another level with him to get to. Like I knew that there was, because I'd seen it before, just like your dad or your coaches or your mom. No, Chris, I know there's another level in you, and you're like, what? Chris, you're going to regret it if you don't put in a little extra time. Mm-hmm. You do it, and you got through it. Well, Carter had the best hockey game of his career, right? So it's the same thing, right? That guys, June's coming, man. Summer's coming. The beach is coming. Wanting to put the nice suit jacket or T-shirt on. If you don't get after it now, you're going to regret it. I'm telling you right now.
1000%.
It's so true.
Yeah. And listen, man, me and Johnny been around so long that, you know, a lot of guys are embarrassed to tell their story or what's holding them back. You know, don't be afraid to open up to the person that's trying to help you.
Yes. So. Yes. Good segue. Good morning, Hoodlo. I see you there in the comments. Good to see you there.
What's up, Hoodlo?
So Marty, good segue, because guys that are afraid to open up, I got 4 steps that I took to overcome emotional blocks. So guys, I'm going to take a couple minutes here to just express this, and I'm going to throw the question to Marty.
I'm gonna grab my coffee while you
do that, brother. Yeah, go do that. All right. So guys, let's be real. For years, I wore the strong leader mask. I wore it so well that even I believed it. I woke up and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm the strong leader. I crushed my business goals. I built my company. I scaled fast. I scaled fast. I scaled loud. I scaled fast, loud, and proud. But inside, you guys, fuck, I was spending money with the therapist. I was emotionally locked up. Vulnerable? Fuck no. Empathy? What the hell was that? Marty's talking about asking for help. I wasn't asking for help. Not a chance. Wasn't happening. Opening up to me, it felt dangerous. I didn't feel like I had a safe space. Weak, risky. Until the cost of staying closed off got just too high. I lost connection. I lost connection with others and with myself. The success that I was having, it felt remarkably empty. The relationships that I were building, well, they felt surface level. They come and go. So I knew something had to change. So guys, here are the 4 steps that helped me start unlocking my emotional blocks. And guys, I never stop. I still work on them every single day, which again is the big purpose and the big reason for the show, to perhaps help you guys go through this as well. The first one, guys, is I got curious, not critical. There's a big difference. Love the C word of curiosity. Instead of judging myself for feeling stuck, Marty, I started asking myself why. What was I protecting? Where did the fear come from? Like, what was I scared of? That shift, the shift came when I went from shame to curiosity. That shift for me was a game changer. Oh, why am I shaming myself? Let's go express some curiosity. Let's go be curious. Let's go see how strong I can get, right? I paused the performance. Marty, I was a big performer, big personality. I stopped trying to impress. I stopped trying to impress, fix, or lead every room that I was in. I recognized it wasn't about walking into the room and just trying to own it. I gave my permission, Marty, to myself, to being humble with you right now, just to be me, just to be in the room and be me. Sometimes messy, sometimes disheveled, sometimes largely unsure, inside wrapped up with lots of emotions and insecurities. But what that did for me is it opened up space for real connection. People saw that I wasn't trying to put on an act. Oh, this guy's real. He's raw. Oh, okay. I see that. Yeah, okay. And then, Marty, I practiced saying the hard stuff out loud. And at first, I just did it with one trusted person. Maurice, AJ, people that I felt safe with. And then I would do it in rooms where I felt safe. My confidence started coming out. And then, Marty, I eventually did it in public spaces like this. And then every time I learned that I shared a little more truth, people started walking closer to me. And I got a little more free in the whole experience. And I was like, oh, wait, people are liking my truth that I'm sharing. People are liking. And I've said it to you, Marty, as we continue to get to know each other, get to know you. As you continue opening up, I feel like I want to keep walking towards you. And I built these emotional reps like muscle reps. That's why I love the metaphor of the gym. Just like the gym, this whole thing I'm talking about, guys, right now takes practice. Just like Johnny talks and Marty talks. It's a daily rhythm. Journaling, checking in, pausing, having awareness. It's not about being perfectly vulnerable every single day. It's about being consistently human, Marty. Opening up didn't make me weak, you guys, at all, actually. It gave me a fucking superpower, Marty. That's how we kicked the show off. When I opened up, it made me real. It made me real to my kids. It made me real to my family. It made me real to my colleagues. Marty, it made me relatable. Yeah, I got a few bucks in the bank, but fuck, I put my shoes on like everybody else. I got fears, I got insecurities like everybody else. And then honestly, Marty, what it did for me as I've gone through my journey, it made me a better man. It made me a better man, a better leader, and a better friend, and a better husband. So men, I invite you, if you felt emotionally blocked, ask yourself, what's holding you back? Or what's still holding you back? And I'll even extend the invitation to this. You guys know how to connect with me. Reach out. Come knock on my door. Come hit me a DM. If something's holding you back and you're looking for a safe person to talk to, you can come talk to me. And I'm going to do this. I'm going to volunteer Marty because I know Marty will talk to you too. So if you're feeling you got nobody to talk to and you're like, I need somebody to talk to just to take the first step, you got two guys, and I know Johnny would talk to you as well. So if something's holding you back, guys, let's talk. There's my invitation. Marty?
Hey, man, I love it. And when you said opening up to AJ and Maurice about the hard stuff that you mind being a little more specific with that? I'm just curious.
100%. Yeah. I don't want to just mask it in the word of imposter syndrome, but I will go there a little bit. It was wondering if I was good enough. It was wondering if I was able to do what I was able. I remember sitting with Maurice in a restaurant and I was ready to give up. We were building ICUC. I had fucking tears in my eyes. I was crying. I'm like, I'm done, man. I can't do this anymore. It's no, you can, because I believe in you, because you absolutely can. And he says, look at the success you had. And he had to walk me through logic, because you know how our brain tells us stories, right? Mm-hmm. Right. And I was convinced that I wasn't good enough to keep doing what I was doing, to keep staying behind the vision, those hard days. It was reaching out to AJ as I was going through issues just in my personal life with my own emotions, questioning my abilities, questioning, the insecurities that I had, questioning, just situations where I'd put myself in and wondering if I belonged. For the longest time, and even to this day, I don't know if I still belong in boardrooms with men who I respect. I'm like, oh, I don't belong here. I shouldn't be here. No, you belong here. You can ask the right questions. Yeah. Right. So it was sitting down with those guys and just being open and free.
Yeah. I've been there. I still have that till this day. But one thing that helped me was when I moved to LA and I started, meeting different like fitness people I looked up to, different athletes, all types of people. And man, imposter syndrome. Listen, a lot of these people aren't who you think they are,
Yes.
You get around them, be like, this guy ain't special.
Yes.
You know? And
yes.
it was like, they'll be intimidated by you.
Yes.
You know? And so that kind of boosted my confidence. And so now I know, I'm definitely one of the hardest working guys. So there's no reason I shouldn't be successful. And some people, I hate to be a hater, and I'm not a hater.
I know.
Some people just get lucky.
No, you're absolutely right.
Some people just get lucky, man. And sometimes God just has like a different path for you. I don't know why he does that. But sometimes guys like us just got to go through a harder days and harder paths, so it doesn't make us any worse.
But we do know this, because I know you believe this. Luck comes from the work you put in before it happens.
Absolutely.
Like you have to create. Adam Host talks about you have to create your own luck. You have go ahead.
Let me bring that back. When I say luck, people like that, we surpass them.
Yes. Yes.
If that makes sense.
What I've also learned as well, Marty, in my journey is that, and I've seen it with the three of us on this show. When John came to the show, I found myself like, even like yourself, revering this fellow. He's accomplished all these big things, right? World bodybuilder, champion, yada, yada, magazine stuff, does movies, and you kind of put somebody on a pedestal. But then you get to know somebody like, oh, the guy fucking farts like I do, puts the same shoes, like we're all the same, right?
He's such a person, man.
Right? And then,
Johnny's such a person.
And then last week is like, I'm standing in front of my fridge, wondering what I'm going to eat. I'm going, what are you doing, you dumb son of a bitch? And I'm like, you do that, Johnny? Because in my mind, he's perfection. But then I have the same thing to you. Like I'm thinking, okay, this young man's 32. Like, it's funny how the world works. I know that you look up to me because of age and my accomplishments. I look up to you because of your age and your accomplishments. And it's bizarre how it works in life, where I feel as motivated and aspired and inspired by you as I do with Johnny. Mm-hmm. And it has nothing to do with age. It has to do with who we are as humans. And I always said this when I went to the gym with AJ. Like, AJ is 10 years younger than I am. If I can be as good as a human as AJ, I feel like I'm on a good path. So I feel like if I can stay on the same path as Christopher Martin, I'm going to be in good shape. If my son can be half as good as Christopher Martin, he's going to be in good shape. And it's funny how you surround yourself with humans. You're like, okay, that's a good one. I want to carry some attributes and I want to be like that. What can I learn from this guy? What can I learn from him? Regardless of how old he is, how young he is, what can I learn? What can I take from this guy and get better because of him?
Yeah, man. I think, and that's one thing I think I'm good at, learning from everyone. Even if somebody's 10 years younger than me, I can still learn something.
Yes.
And, it's funny because, I talk to you and John every day. You guys work out.
Yeah.
You guys are married. You guys have had some success in your business and your endeavors.
Yeah.
And so I posted something about married guys gaining weight after marriage. And this guy comes in my DM. He's like, "You can't speak on that. You're not married." And it's like, not only take you and Johnny out of the picture. The amount of married guys I've trained. It's true. Family members. And then talking to you guys every day, I'm like, little does this guy know,
Yes.
I can speak on this for sure.
True. I had this laugh with Lauren last week. I'm like, couples get fat together, get skinny together, get lean together. It's just, look at the relentless couple we had on our show a few months back. Johnny's clients, Clarice and right, the relentless couple on Instagram. Great humans, man. Big fans of them. And their journey was together. Right? My journey with Lauren's been together. Right. And you can see couples that get together who are lean and fit, and then they go through their 6 or 7 years and you look at them. Oh, they've been together for a while. You're like, oh, they've been together for a while because they look like they've been together for a while. And then they go through the cycle of, hi, Marty. Yeah. Me and Susie, or me and Johnny, we want to come lose some weight because we're not on the right path right now. Just how it was, just life.
Yeah, I was just on Instagram the other day. I saw a couple that trained with me a year or two ago, and they stopped. And I mean, they stopped. I mean, they said F it. I mean, I feel bad, because it didn't work out with me, and but I can't help everyone.
No. Speaking of helping everyone, we got somebody who's the helper. We don't have Johnny here today to do the segue, so we got Jorie Jansen joining us here in a second. Jorie, we're going to cue you up here, Jimmy. We got some comments from Hoodlow. We've got Hoodlow says, please tell me one step includes Butterfingers. No, Hoodlow, unless the Butterfingers has protein inside of it. And he's like, I think being yourself also not to come about making everyone happy. It's okay for some not to like you. That's absolutely true. And not people in those meetings are scared to talk, or they're bully assholes, frequently very toxic. Yes, that's yeah. All that, Hoodlow, you are absolutely right. The key point of that conversation just be
a good conversation to have, man.
I agree, and we'll have to come back to it in the future. Jorie, we were talking about 4 steps that I took to overcome my emotional blocks in life. If I can ask you, as you've gone through your journey in life as a human being, I got to think you've come up upon this as well. We've been talking as a man where I've struggled with some of my own emotional awareness and what was blocking me in life. As a young woman growing up, can I assume you've had some of these struggles too, where you're like, okay, I got to figure this out?
Oh, yeah.
Still every day.
Yeah. I mean, working in high performance sport,
yes,
you're constantly having to prove yourself. And things are changing and they're getting better for females working in this industry, but it takes a little bit more. I mean, I remember I was almost 30 doing a session with coaches, and a male coach came up to me and shook my hand and said, your parents must be very proud of you.
Come on.
Would that have happened if I were a male?
Wow.
Are you serious? That just it makes me mad.
So I could
That's
go
crazy.
on. I could go on, but so to me, being going to be turning 50 next February, I actually embrace it because I feel like these words of wisdom, actually give me a little bit more of a platform than when I was younger. So there's been some challenges, and even just in life, right? Stuff happens, and like who you are talking about, Marty, in terms of that couple, hopefully they get back on track with whoever that might, right? Because obviously they were leaning on motivation rather than what all of you always talk about is discipline. There's a difference, right?
Yes.
And so I think it's just reminding yourself of who you want to be, and who I want to be is not the same as when I was 25.
Yes. Yeah.
Physically, emotionally, professionally, it's all different, right?
Yes.
So hopefully 50 is awesome, right? So I think that it's everyone has their challenges, and it's just setting yourself up with the right people that will remind you of who you are, and just remembering that it's going back to what does better look like today, and that should help you keep going.
I got to be honest with you, I guess I knew but didn't know. But when you said you were going to be 50 next year, I was like, really? Because I'm like, no, because your personality and the way you put yourself out there is all compliment. That I'm not trying to suggest 50 is old, because it's not, Amy, because I'm obviously ancient if it's past 50. But I'm like, it's just funny how we wrap our head around a number. And I'm like, yeah, right, go and get after it. Right. And I'm looking forward to the day where there's that young lady who's now assistant coach for the Seattle Kraken, Marty. I'm looking forward to the day where we have the first NHL coach who's a female in our league. And I'm in the NBA, Marty. Is there any female coaches, Marty?
They've had some assistant coaches.
They have, yeah.
The issue is, and they have some referees.
Okay.
The issue is the referee that is a woman. She's pretty bad. There was one. They got to get a better referee. There's good women out there who can ref.
Well, there's bad male referees too, Marty. This is not
there is. No, but that's what I'm saying. I mean, I understand that, but the extremists, they're like, you see, this is why women shouldn't ref. She's just not a good ref. They got to get a good woman, but it doesn't help. It doesn't help that case. You know what I mean?
Or pour into her so she has the opportunity to grow. Right. So
that too. And guess what? All them refs made mistakes. I'm sure all them refs, if you watch the tape, they've all had bad calls. They've all had, they probably messed up the game. Who won, who lost. They probably messed it up. They probably were betting on some games. That's a whole nother topic.
Yes. Well,
but I'm right there with you.
Just like when that unfortunate incident happened in Toronto when that airplane flipped, and then a bunch of men got on the fucking horn saying, "Oh yeah, it's because a female pilot was piloting the plane with the plane."
Really? Come on, man.
Like how many?
They do it about black pilots too.
So could you imagine if it was Marty? Could you imagine
come on, man?
Pilot and the plane flipped? Could you imagine that happened? The
world man.
Apart, man. It would have just been ridiculous. Or Jorie, a black indigenous female. That would have got the whole world off the rocker.
Yeah, man. The extremists, they got it. This stuff has to stop, man.
Anyways, let's put that aside. Jorie, we talk protein and food on this show often, and I threw something at you this morning that hopefully we can have some time to get into. But guys, who says dessert has to be your diet's downfall? I want to take a few minutes this morning to talk about protein-packed desserts. So good. Hoodlow, put your ears up. So good, you'll swear that they're cheap meals.
We're not talking crumble cookie, are we?
From brownies to bark to cheesecake, just some foods that will imbibe the sweet tooth when it's striking, keep you fueled. Good fuel, food that's good for you, but not going to be laced with unnecessary sugar and a bunch of bad stuff. We know that protein improves satiety. It supports muscle recovery and helps regulate blood sugar. Just because it's dessert doesn't mean it can't have protein in it. Jorie Jansen.
So true. And what an opportunity dessert can have in your plan, especially with aging, getting those doses of protein. Right. So with aging, we know we actually need more than when we were 20, 25.
Yes,
we do. We absolutely. And research is showing. So guys, tell if you have your partner is a woman, tell her she needs those big doses, not just little bits spread throughout the day to get that stimulation for lean muscle mass. It's that bolus amount, like that 40 grams in one sitting. And you can make desserts to add to it. Maybe it's not going to be that big bolus amount.
Yeah.
But you can get desserts that are both, because we want high fiber and high protein.
Yes.
And so desserts can include both. But since we're going to focus on the protein for now, and it can be foods that are totally awesome for you. You can make cheesecake and cottage cheese grosses me out on its own. I get it. So those of you that look at it,
really? Is it really? Yeah.
It grosses me out too, Jorie.
Right? But you can put it in a blender and then mix in your Greek yogurt and add your eggs and vanilla and maple syrup or honey, whatever you enjoy, and you can bake that up and make a cheesecake. And you can get 10 grams of protein in your cheesecake, right? So. Or you can I made date nut bites with some protein powder supplement in there for our road trip this past weekend. So it was a nice treat. They're getting the fiber, the fat, and the protein in our snack or dessert. So there are ways to do it. You just have to think about it. And yes, you can still have your other desserts. If your game plan is to make a big change, though, and more often than not, you want to focus on what are some alternatives to the typical desserts that you might say are what you want.
So Jorie, question for you. Yes or no answer?
Okay.
Uh-oh.
I don't like those.
Not an and or an or. Yes.
That's why I said uh-oh.
Can you put protein powder in basically any dessert?
I don't know.
Okay.
So I'm sorry that I isn't a yes or no. For most of the desserts that I've looked into, I will give you the answer of a yes.
Yes. Okay. Because in my experience with playing with protein powder, I will substitute flour and I'll just throw protein powder in there. Sometimes
brownie, right?
Yeah, right. So I'm just talking about swapping stuff out, right? So swapping in protein-rich ingredients. You mentioned Greek yogurt. Lots of value in Greek yogurt, right? Because I'm thinking when we make desserts, Jorie, not that I'm a dessert guy. No, not at all. I love desserts and cookie dough, but you need a binding ingredient. So whether it's butter or nut butter, but Greek yogurt, nut butter, things like that are great binding ingredients when you can leave the butter and the sugar aside. Right, Jor?
Absolutely. And when you need the sweetness, there are alternatives. I actually got a recipe from an Olympic swimmer a few years ago, and they're flourless peanut butter banana chocolate chip muffins.
Oh.
And they're delicious. Now you have to fill the muffin tin like just a quarter of the way versus half to 3/4 because there's no flour to soak up the liquid, right? So you do need to make them smaller, but that's okay. So you can have two. Yeah. But I haven't added the protein powder to it, so that probably would help with some of that too.
Interesting. So guys, just some quick things for you guys to think about as we wrap up here with Jor. Protein desserts that won't sabotage your diet. but ideas like a crunchy peanut butter chocolate protein bar, right? A gluten-free chocolate zucchini protein bread. That's an easy one, Jory. Make zucchini bread, add protein powder to it, right? Chunky Monkey homemade protein ice cream, frozen banana base swirled with chocolate, dessert in a cone without the guilt, right? Like, so basically you're freezing bananas, you're taking some protein powder, mixing it up, throwing it in the freezer. I've had them before. That's really good.
I'm gonna have to try that.
That's really good, Marty. Yeah. Or mug cakes, Jory. You take protein powder. I see you nodding. You're a fan of the mug cake. You know what I'm talking about there?
It's easy if you don't mind using a microwave. I'm not scared of the microwave.
You know, either because we're the same age.
I throw that meal in the microwave so quick.
Yeah. Yeah. Mug cake, Jory. It's what is it? It's protein powder. It's baking soda
and eggs.
Yeah, and you throw in the microwave for a minute and a half. And what I like for my icings, if I make icing, not to the same like icing, is either is coconut oil with some protein powder. Oh, baby, that makes some great icing. That makes really great icing. Or some peanut butter with protein powder makes great icing.
Okay. Sometimes I'll make I call it faux apple pie. I'll have to send you some of my recipes that I send out to my clients, but it just you can slice up an apple, you heat it up with some cinnamon, and then you throw on some Greek yogurt and some high protein granola, and it's faux apple pie. Just little things like that.
Yeah. Guys, nut-free double chocolate protein bars, vegan carrot cake, oatmeal protein bar balls. And Jory talks about it all the time. Before we say goodbye to Jory, it's protein bites, right? She makes nice little protein balls. Hey, Jory, what's that? Oats, protein powder, honey, peanut butter.
And if you don't want peanut butter, you can have almond butter or whatever butter, wild butter if you have people with allergies. And then you can add in whatever you want: hemp seeds, chia seeds, ground flaxseed, dried fruit, whatever you want to enhance it to whatever your taste preferences are. But yeah, it's super easy. Things like that you can make in your hotel room. I have. Yeah. So there's really no reason not to.
Guys, you don't need to give up a dessert to level up your health. As we said, dessert can be part of the food journey, right? You just need to be smart about it. Fuel those cravings with intention.
And just change your mindset, right? I think like, well, that's not dessert. And like, well, change your mindset.
Yes.
What you get to do this and still get to the outcome that you're looking for.
Yes.
So that way you're not that couple that kind of gave up. There are things that you're going to swap out more often than not. That's what it is. If you want the outcome that you were seeking. It's not someone else that failed you. It's just you not being aware of how to change that mindset to be excited about what you can do.
So true. Guys, remember this. We're not talking about a diet. We're talking about a lifestyle change, right? And one sweet protein-packed bite at a time will absolutely help you with that change, right? So don't run away from it. Embrace it. Hoodlow, gave you some stuff to chew on this morning, my friend. Jory, a lot of fun. Thanks for hanging out with us this morning again. What do you got going on today, kid?
Just more meetings, more talks, more plans.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Yesterday was clean up an office day, so that was pretty fun.
Did you feel productive?
It was productive. We have to call someone in to come haul stuff out. So
oh wow!
So it's that kind of spring clean.
That kind of yeah.
Yeah, we lost a storage room, and we found out that maybe we don't need to keep files from 2002 or even 1998. I found my original resume from 2002.
Oh yeah!
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we probably don't need to keep all of that. So yeah,
I was in kindergarten.
It's okay. It's fine. I know one of the strength and conditioning coaches too. I don't think he existed yet. So.
I'm still wrapping my head around the young man that told Jory her parents must be proud of her. Yeah, Jory, your parents must be proud of you. They are.
What I did was I shook his hand and said, "Yeah, so's my husband, and so am I."
That's crazy, man.
Yes. Hey, I have a man that can move your junk if you need the junk to be moved. I got a guy who's a good junk mover. So.
Oh, yeah, you should send me the information. I'll pass it on to Jeremy, who's going to take over that part.
Awesome.
I don't blame you.
Yeah. Jory, I appreciate you. Always enjoy hanging out, man. So much fun this morning. Always good.
Marty, what are you up to today?
Yeah, Marty.
Oh, hey, Jory, thanks for asking. Appreciate it. Just working, a couple meetings. We got podcasts. It's end of the month. I'm having the best month so far at the gym, so I'm going to try to keep my foot on the gas.
Woo, baby, yeah.
Yeah, and I got to make some April plans for my clients. They want to do some cuts. They want to ramp it up a little bit before their vacations in May. So, yeah, let's get it. I got a busy day.
There you go. Awesome. Well, March is Nutrition Month, so tell people, like, it's Nutrition Month. Just embrace it. It's almost done.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, next year I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah. The U.S. and Canada have different National Dietitians Day. Ours was on the 19th, but I think in the U.S. it's a little bit earlier. But it is still Nutrition Month.
Cool.
I said to Marty, March is regret month because Jorie Cookie, before we go, there's men right now that are thinking about starting something before they know it's going to be June. They're walking into their closet. They're going to put their swim trunks on or their pants on, and they're going to go, oh, fuck, I'm fat. I didn't make the decision I wanted to make in March. And we were talking about regret before you got on the show. Yeah. We know it's coming, and we know there's men right now that are and women putting off a decision. And we know they're going to feel regret come June because of what they're avoiding today. Isn't it true, Jorie?
So true. And I know this is making light of it, but I'll just say, even for me,
yes,
it's been since August since I highlighted these roots, baby. So, we all have some regrets.
Marty, I love as we keep getting to know Jorie. So we learned today she's going to be 50 next year, and she's still plastering the gray. Jorie, I wouldn't even know. I was going to give you 3 today.
One of Allie's coaches, younger kids, asked what's my real color, and I just this half.
This half.
This part not.
Oh, I didn't even notice till you said something. So what color is your sister's hair? Her
hair is naturally the same as up here.
Okay.
We're both like that.
Got you.
And we both have a little bit of regret right now.
Got you.
Oh, is that what you're calling it? A little bit of regret, eh? You look in the mirror and you're going, oh, that's regret. Yeah.
Every time I'm like, I'm going to go do this. And I haven't made that time. And so just everyone that's listening, and even to both of you, if there are things that, you just haven't made that time for, it's not too late until it's too late. So I still have time to get this done. So I'm going to book that today for whenever.
Good idea.
Figure that out.
Yes. Marty, we're going to hold Jansen accountable to this. We're going to ask her on Friday if she's booked her hair appointment, and we'll see if she's going to get that hair colored in the future.
I think I'm going to go darker, though.
Darker. Yeah?
Yeah, a little bit more, because then I can leave it longer.
Oh, there you go. Good philosophy. I've colored my hair before. I've had frosted tips. I've had blonde hair. I've had brown hair. Yes, Marty.
I've had red hair, brown hair, pixie cut short hair.
Oh, yeah.
Permed hair. That was like a long.
Oh, yes. I've had the perm too. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Keith, I met you for a reason, man. Because I would have put an end to that shit. I would have stopped that.
I've had cornrows in my hair before people called me.
I saw that. You showed me.
Is it appropriation because I wanted to have a hairstyle? I don't know, man.
I love it. I'm all for it, man.
Right? Exactly. Thanks, brother.
I'm all for it.
My brother from another mother. That's awesome.
They create.
Well, I got 2 grays right here. You can't see it.
That's from hanging out with me and Johnny and Jorie for the last year.
Yeah, I got 2 grays. Yeah. I'm being serious too.
Speaking of gray, quickly before we go, did you guys see the picture of Barack Obama before he got into office, and then the picture when he left? You talk about aging, right? Like, oh my god, the stress of that job.
Imagine all the shit you got to deal with as a president.
Whoa, I
can't even imagine.
I can't imagine. That picture struck me because it was so obvious of before, after, 8 years in between.
Crazy.
All right, I know you guys both got to rock and roll, so I'll walk you guys out, and Jimmy and I are going to keep going with the show here and get to the community corner. Guys, I appreciate you.
Of course.
Have a good
day.
See
you tomorrow. Jorie, see you Friday.
Yep. See ya. Bye.
All right, take care, Jorie. All right, Marty, take care, brother. All right, Jimmy. I had a bunch of J's in my head, Jimmy. Yes. Woo, that was a fun first hour, guys. That was a fun first hour of Mornings in the Lab with Keith and friends. We are back for the reload. Mornings in the Lab, the reloaded edition. Hey, listen, the first hour, what did we get to, Jimmy? Jimmy, what did we get to today? Let me go back and do a little bit of recapping in the first hour. I'm learning from watching the data. You guys like when I recap the first hour so you guys can go back. Not that you couldn't check the chapters out. Yeah. Hey, Einerson, you listen to my show right now? I got your text. Jimmy, I got a guy text. Listen, hey, Einerson, if you're listening to the show, send me, get on the old chitter chatter here. Get on the chatter. Einerson, I believe there are tickets available for tonight's game. Yes. And I have an extra one if you want to grab mine. You can jump in with me. It's up to you. All right, so today we got after it this morning. We got into superheroes in the crowd. We talked about superheroes that exist in the world. Real life superheroes, Iceman, person that can see through shit, just a bunch of crazy superheroes, extraordinary humans, and what they teach us about ourselves. And we talked about that to kick the show off. We talked about when you want to avoid the gym. When do you think is the busiest time? Is it Monday? Is it Tuesday? We kicked that discussion off the top of the hour as well. Is it Sundays? When's the busy time? When the busy time not to go to the gym? We had that conversation as well. We also got into a conversation about love. Yes, we did, guys. We got into a conversation about love. And if you weren't told somebody loved you growing up, how that may have affected you or how that may affect the people around you. We had that conversation in the center stage, so I invite you guys to go back to that conversation around the 22-minute mark of the show here. We got a big conversation around love. And then the deep dive today was I confessed. I stood up here in front of the screen and I talked about the 4 steps that I took, Bobby. Yeah, Jimmy, there's the word, the Bo baby. Yeah, the 4 steps that I took to overcome emotional blocks that I had in my life. So we got to that as well in the first hour of the show. All right, so listen, let's get to it. Jimmy, I got a couple topics that I want to get through here today. And Jimmy, maybe we'll make some long-form content out of this. We'll see how it goes. But how to be yourself on social media. Because, guys, I come from the social media world. Yeah, I was playing with it back when y'all were just figuring out what social was. Back when it was mostly called user-generated content. Back when YouTube wasn't even owned by Google. That's when I was playing in the world of social media. But when I look at social today, I wonder what the hell's going on. Let's get the hook. Jimmy, most people on LinkedIn sound like they're auditioning for a job they don't even want. Yeah, that's my experience. When I look at all the junk out there, they're stiff, they're boring, they're just playing it safe. Just not me. Not you. Not if you actually want to build something real. Guys, listen, social media isn't about looking perfect. No, that's the olden days of curating perfection. Today's world of social is about being undeniable. Undeniable. And the only way to be undeniable, ears up, you guys, is to own exactly who the hell you are. That's it. Stop asking for permission. Nobody's approval is required. Regardless if you're 20, you're 30, you're 40, you're 50. LinkedIn doesn't need your approval. Your community doesn't need your approval. Your boss doesn't need your approval. Not the peanut gallery. No. Nobody that's scared to hit post themselves needs approval. I post what I want. Post it all the time. A joke about tariffs, I post it. A picture of me in a robe, I post it. A picture of me getting out of bed looking disheveled, I post it. Picture of me coming out of the can, I post it. Absolutely. A rant about how most people are too afraid to be real, like right now, I post it daily. Why? Because it's real. It's human. It's how people connect with me. I had a conversation with a fellow yesterday about AI, and he's like, hey, I don't think we need to say AI content out there. I'm like, well, but it's coming. I think the AI content makes these conversations more human. The moment you stop waiting for permission, guys, people actually start paying attention. Give 0 fucks, as Christina Flynn would say, but show up. They got to go hand in hand. Not caring doesn't mean ghosting your audience. No, it actually means the opposite. Listen, guys, I show up every single day, 8 o'clock Eastern time right here on the show. Mornings in the Lab with Keith and friends. I post, I talk, I engage, I converse. The conduit of conversation. I hit the tennis ball over to you, you hit it back to me. That's how it works. Being yourself isn't about posting when you feel like it. It's about consistency. Here's the thing, guys. I'm just going to get right to it. If you're just fucking around with social media and just dabbling here, dabbling there, and dabbling here, just stop. Just stop wasting your time. Growing and building in today's social media is a job. It's a commitment. It's a lifestyle. It's not something that you dabble. It's not 2003. It's not, now I'm going to make a post about what I ate today and I'm done. No. Build a brand about yourself. Share with your community who you are, what you are. People trust what they see consistently, not what they see once in a blue moon, a curated experience. I invite you, entertain, educate, or just get off the stage. Because there's guys like me, there's guys like Vaynerchuk, there's guys out there that are creating content every single moment of the day, nonstop. Nobody owes you their attention. I'm grateful every single day that people show up for my show. Grateful. I'm grateful that you guys choose to take time out of your day to spend time with myself, Marty, Johnny, Jimmy. I'm grateful for that. You don't owe me anything. But you as a creator, you either make your audience, your community laugh, think, or feel something, or you're just more noise, or worse yet, you're just more AI generated slop. If you're posting corporate fluff, nobody remembers at all. I've seen your stuff on the platform. Just stop. Just stop. Stop all the big words, long posts. I took an hour to create this long post. Nobody's fucking reading it. No, they're not reading it. Because you're part of the 99%. And here's the invitation, you guys. Stop overthinking. Stop. Just start posting. Most people hesitate. Is this the right time to post? Is this the right thing to say? Am I going to offend somebody? Oh my God. What if somebody disagrees with me? Oh my goodness. I don't know if this is the right thing right now. Well, you know what? Let them. Let them. Because they're just a consumer. They don't have the courage to be like you to make a post and then do it again. And if they don't like you, do it again. Who cares? I built and sold a $50 million company. I lost myself. But then I came back stronger. Why? Why, you wonder? Because I stopped overthinking and I started doing. You hear us talk about it all the time. Movement creates momentum. If you're scared of saying the wrong thing, you're never going to say the right thing. Think about that for a second. If you're scared of saying the wrong thing, you'll never say the right thing. Be the only one who can do what you do because you own what you've done. You own your experiences. Be original. Don't be afraid. Step out. Step forward. Most people are going to copy. Most people are going to copy you. Most people, in my experience, they blend in. They're the fish going in this direction. I invite you to be the one fish that goes in this direction. Because you can't be the best at what everyone else is doing. Let me repeat that again. You, my friend, you can't be the best at what everyone else is doing because they're already doing it. You can only be the best at what you do. Think about that. Nobody else is running a live conversation show like we are. Nobody else is bringing this mix of business, real talk, and unfiltered energy every single day at 8 o'clock Eastern time right here on YouTube, LinkedIn, and X. And that is why this show is working. So I got a final thought for you. Show up, be seen, own it. And if you need help, I can help you. True story. Because guys, the biggest mistake you can make right now in 2025 is to hide, is to play it safe, is to try to be what you think people want instead of who you actually are. I invite you to be bold, to be real. Be the one that they can't ignore. Now, I invite you to do this. Go post something today that actually matters. Don't overthink it. Don't debate it. Don't look for it. Find it inside, write it down, and hit post. There is your little tip this morning on how to be yourself on social media and actually win at it in 2025. Stop being generic. Stop being homogenous. Continue being yourself. Jimmy, did you get some energy out of that one? Fuck, man. If you guys don't have energy after that one, I don't know what kind of energy you guys need. That should give you reason to get going after today, guys. And listen, if you heard this and you made a post, tag me in it. Tag me in it. Say, Billis, I heard you this morning. I heard your rant. Here's my post. Do you like it? I might not like it. But you know what? Who the fuck cares if I like it or not? It's about you. It's about what you like. It's about you and your community, not about what anybody else thinks and likes. All right. Jamie, before we get to the community corner, I want to go after one more thing. Here's what it is. Why your to-do list is killing your productivity. Yeah. And how you're going to fix it. Because that's what we like to do here on the show, guys. Give you things to think about and give you life hacks and give you tactics and strategies to move forward. So ask yourself this. As I clear my throat. Is your daily to-do list longer than your CVS receipt? Do you constantly feel overwhelmed as the CEO or a founder wondering how to get everything done? Today, the next few moments, I'm going to dive into some expert strategies on how successful leaders manage their tasks and why the to-do list that you're working on right now might be sabotaging your productivity. And here's why it matters, you guys. Jimmy, pay attention, brother. Managing your daily tasks effectively is more than just organization. It's about maximizing your value as a leader, enhancing companies' growth, and avoiding burnout. According to a 2023 startup snapshot, 59% of founders report less sleep since launching their companies. True story. Been there, done that, still living it today. Guys, if you think that there's balance when you're starting a company, it's bullshit. There's no such thing as balance. Life is fluid. And then over a third of these founders report burnout. Yeah, another true story. Been there. Happens weekly with me. Executive coach Leela Bulling says, filling your day with meetings and constant inbox firefighting isn't a sign of productivity, you guys. It's a red flag of ineffective leadership. You need time to think. If all you're doing is filling your inbox with tasks and just answering emails, what are you thinking? Have you asked yourself that? What's the biggest and best use of your time? You need to be asking yourself, right? You need to be focused on client-focused activities that drive revenue and growth. We have a productivity leader who's advising leaders to evaluate tasks based on their personal return on investment, focusing on tasks that significantly enhance revenue or brand reputation. Here's how I define it. As you're going through your day, you guys, and you look at your lists of things to do, define what's the most important, what's the least important, but most importantly, what is going to move the revenue meter, directly or indirectly. Because the reality is, you guys, everything else doesn't matter. The sexy to-do list, the great productivity workflows you've created, if you have no revenue, nobody has jobs. So as you go through your day, define what's most important. Evaluate your tasks. Prioritize those that directly boost the financial outcome of the business. That's it. Without that, you don't have operations. You don't have operations. You don't have HR. You don't have tech. You don't have anything else without sales. So look at your to-do list today. Look at it. And are you spending your time where it counts most? Or are you trapped in a loop of low impact tasks? Let me share a personal experience. I was growing ICUC. We were getting after it. But then I became distracted on everything on my to-do list that I had to get done. Oh, got to get this done. Got to get that done. Got to do this something. Got to get that done. Do. We started missing targets. We started missing our revenue targets. And then I was reminded, hey, Keith, we got to hit these revenue targets. If we don't hit them, we're not going to successfully achieve our goals. Ding, ding. Good reminder. From that conversation, I pivoted, ripped up the to-do list and focused on one thing, which is revenue, either directly or indirectly. And if you're curious what I say by indirectly, Ask yourself, is the activity that you're doing going to directly drive revenue, or is it going to drive to an operational efficiency, or is it going to drive to some new humans? All of those are important, but the revenue comes first. So throw the to-do list out. Focus on the sell list, because effective leadership isn't about doing everything, guys. It's not. How do I know? I've been learning and I still learn today. It's about doing the right things. Trust your team, delegate effectively, and confidently step into tasks that truly move the needle. And I'll say this myself. For the last couple of weeks, I got out of the way of some of my team because I was getting in their way. Just got the hell out of the way. Trust them, delegate, empower, and confidently step into what you need to do to move the needle in your business. So there you go, guys. That's what I invite you to think about today, which is that to-do list I know that you're working on right now. It's killing you. It's killing your productivity. You think it's all the right things? Look at it. My suggestion, my recommendation, my ask for you today is, if you have that list, have a look at it and ask yourself whether it's moving your business, your life in the right direction. Because if it's not, stop. Say no. The most difficult thing to do. Claudia, I see your comments. Moving the needle. Love it. That's it, brother. It's exactly it. You got to move the needle in everything you do. If you're not moving the needle, you're going backwards. Okay, Jimmy, you hear the sound. So do I. It is time for the Community Corner, the Creator Spotlight. Amy, thanks, Amy. Appreciate it. Great show. Yes, it was a great show. A lot of fun here today. Different vibes with different folks coming through. Progress, not perfection. That's exactly what it is. Jim, we're going to start with LinkedIn here today. Oh, I like this one. Ooh, baby. So, guys, long pause for those of you listening right now. I was having a drink of water out of my red cup, my red plastic cup. Hey, Jimmy, do you ever wonder? I don't, because I just drink it all the time. Do you ever wonder how many microplastics are in this red cup that I just constantly drink? Yeah, I talk about it all the time on the show. Drink, use glass. But old Uncle Keith is just crushing microplastics just left and right, just coating my body. Like, I'm sure the insides of my body, Jimmy, just full of fucking red plastic. All my organs just covered in red microplastics. I'm sure I shit red microplastic just nonstop. I'm positive of it. Yeah. True story. By the way, speaking of true story, I want to make this store here soon on our channel, our Mornings in the Lab Business App Performance Lab store, so we can sell shirts that say true story on it, or hats that say true story on it. Yeah, with my face, my beautiful face. Yeah. Yeah, Jimmy's using plastic bottles to pee in, probably. Yeah, I've peed in plastic bottles before when I climbed Kilimanjaro. I heard that. Yeah, my what's that thing? The Nathan? Yeah, 2 bottles. Anyways, guys, let's get to the Community Corner. Here's the question for you. Here's the hook. What separates average professionals from top earners? What do you think? What is it? Is it love? Knowing their worth and having the courage to claim it. That's what it is. But here's the thing. Too many people never figure that part out. I was on that journey too. They settle for whatever's offered, afraid to push back. Hey, I'm going to pay you $100,000. No, but I'm worth $250. No, I'm paying you $100. Okay. They walk into interviews like they're just asking for permission instead of showing up like a partner. When's the last time you walked into an interview? You're like, yeah, I'm just privileged to be here. Hey, Rick, Clody, how many folks just go to an interview and they feel like that they're just happy to be there? No. Show up like you want to be there. Show up like you're going to be the partner for the place that you're interviewing for. Show up like you have value. Show up like you are value. You are value, man. You are value. Then there's the rare few who understand how to flip the script. They know how to own their value. They know how to negotiate without fear. And they know how to leave the room with more than they came for. Yeah, Claude is like, yeah, you walk into that room like you own the place. Walk in like it's your job. If you want the job, act like you want the job. Be the job. That's what you do. That's the game changer. And as Rick says, you want to enthusiastically get things done. I'll give you some tips. When you're interviewing, talk like you already have the job. Speak like you're making plans. Use language. You know how I'm a big conversationalist. Use language that's convincing the person that you're interviewing you, like you're already their colleague, right, Rick? I'll convince that you've already hired me. If you were interviewing me, Rick, we'd be talking. I would have convinced you that I'm already on your team. I'm using language like we. I'm using language like next quarter. I'm using language like things that we've already done. I'm using language to convince you that I'm already on your team. That's the language that I'm using, not language of permission. And today's Community Corner, the Creator Spotlight, we're talking about someone who's coached over 4,000 professionals. 4,000, Jimmy. 4,000, Kolby, to get hired, paid, and promoted at top companies. No, Rick, we're not celebrating you this morning, brother. We celebrated you before. Fortune 500 firms, startups, industry leaders. This dude has delivered over 200 keynotes and workshops, helping thousands land six-figure roles and massive salary raises by teaching them one thing. One thing. And I know for a fact, Rick Kolby is going to agree with this. Own your value. Speak with authority. And never settle. This guy, his approach is different. It's not about your resume polish or your LinkedIn hacks. It's about a complete mindset shift, teaching clients to show up like partners, not applicants, to flip the interview script, to walk away when lowball offers hit the table. The clients this guy coaches, they don't settle. They thrive. They walk into interviews knowing their value, and it shows. Jimmy, the guy we're going to celebrate today, his name is Kolby Goodman. Kolby. Mornings in Lab is supporting your mission. Why? Because Kolby's work is about empowerment, not just employment. He's helping professionals redefine their careers, their confidence, and their entire approach to success. Kolby's turning career confusion into clarity. And if you're tired of being stuck in your career, I invite you today to go follow Kolby Goodman over on LinkedIn. Connect with him, learn what he's all about. And if you're looking to create value within your next profession, we can go talk to Rick Kolby, who's a big fan of the show. Or you can also go talk to Kolby Goodman, who will also get you there. He's coached over 4,000 professionals, many Fortune 500 firms, and he's the guy who can help you get that next step in your career. So nation, I invite you, check out Kolby Goodman over on LinkedIn, check out his profile, and connect with him. And Kolby, now that we're surprising you, surprise, brother, we'd love to have you on the show. We'd love to have you on the show, learn from you, learn about what things move the needle, and celebrate somebody in your corner on the next Community Corner Creator Spotlight. Okay, so there's number one. That's the number one we're doing here this morning. And now the second one we're going to get after here today is somebody we bring up on the Substack platform. And we're going to get after this one as well. Now this one goes to the, yes, Amy sending my congrats. That's awesome. And Rick, before they ask, talk about your first 90 days and what progress you'd like to make. Oh, that's a great tactic, great technique. So guys, you heard Rick Kolby say, if you're going for a job interview, talk like you already have it, share your 90-day plan, and use constructive, creative language that assumes that you're there. It's like selling. Again, the power of conversation, the power of words, the power of being a great orator, right? Use those words to convince the person that you're talking with that you're already part of their team. Watch what happens. All right, so now we got our next one here coming up, guys. This one we hear on the Substack platform. What happens? Jimmy, here's the hook. What happens when someone with 2 decades of wellness experience decides to rewrite the playbook? You know what? You get a creator who's not just reporting on wellness, she is living it. For 7 years, this lady was the editor-in-chief of Women's Health. And now she's building something entirely her own, something real, something that cuts through the noise. Her mission? To make wellness simple, accessible, and actually work for people who want to feel amazing inside and out. Now, this isn't some feel-good fluff. Practical advice is what I'm giving you from someone who's been at the top of the wellness world and walked away to build something even better. This human's helping readers make daily progress to move, eat, learn, and grow in ways that actually stick. And she's bringing them along for the ride with every post, every insight, and very personal, vulnerable breakthroughs. This morning, Mornings in the Lab with Keith and Friends is proud to celebrate and introduce you all to Liz Baker Plosser. Yes. And why are we supporting Liz this morning? Because Liz isn't just about chasing trends. She's about building something real, a genuine community of people who want to feel their best and live their best lives. And she's doing it in her way, cutting through the noise and delivering what actually works. So if you're tired of feeling overwhelmed by the wellness world, and man, is it overwhelming, I invite you to tune into what Liz is building. You don't want to miss it. So check out Liz Baker Plosser. I lost her name on my notes. Check out Liz Baker Plosser on Substack. Check out her profile. Check out her content. I invite you to subscribe to it. And if you're stuck, Liz might be able to help you out. And Liz, here's how it works. We'd love to have you on our show. We'd love to have you on our show and celebrate somebody in your orbit so we can pay it forward in a future Community Corner Creator Spotlight segment. Woo! Okay. There we go, Jim. We're done. Yeah, we're done. We're done today. We are done today, guys. Another great show. Yeah, Amy comes in with love the first 90 days book. Yes, I like that as well. When you get there, when you get to your job interview, assume that you got the job and here's your 90-day plan. Just tell the guy you're meeting with, hey, here's the first. I've put some thought into the job you're hiring me for. Yeah. $90. Yeah, I just saw myself go fluffy there for a quick second. I saw it too, Jimmy. I saw it too. I see the old Wi-Fi signal popping up on my screen for some ridiculous reason. Maybe it's the warning for me to get the hell out of here. Anyways, we're going to get out of here, guys. What a wonderful show. We're back tomorrow, 8 o'clock Eastern time. We're going to be back tomorrow with 3 diet changes I made that boosted my career success. Yep. 3 diet changes. And it's true story on that one. We talk about success. Listen, in a world of wellness and fitness, we often think about diet changes driving 6-packs. No, diet changes might make you a millionaire. Diet changes might make you a multimillionaire. Diet changes might help you start your business. We're going to talk about it tomorrow on 3 diet changes I made that boosted my success. And of course, we got AJ Zeglin joining us from Mind Fuel and a bunch of other unpredictable topics for the morning loop. And then we got Center Stage and Deep Dive. That's the show tomorrow. But for today, guys, we are going to get out of here, and I'm going to go fall down the stairs, go to the bathroom. See you guys tomorrow. You know how to find me. LinkedIn, Keith Billis. Come find me on YouTube, Mornings in the Lab with Keith and Friends. Subscribe to the channel. Come find us on X. Every day, 8 o'clock Eastern time. Myself, Marty, and John. Of course, producer Jimmy, and our awesome colleague behind the scenes, keeping us honest, keeping us real, and keeping the content flowing, Melissa. Guys, I appreciate all of you. Amy, Clody, appreciate you too. Appreciate you, Cunningham. Who am I looking at? Paul Holroyd, all of you guys. Hoodlow, appreciate you guys as well. Einerson, I appreciate you guys as well. Listen, Lauren, I love you, baby. I appreciate you too. I'm glad you're feeling better. We'll see you guys tomorrow, 8 o'clock Eastern time. I'm going to be tired. I'm going to be late night tonight. Go wild. Go get that championship, boys. See you guys tomorrow. Jimmy, let's get out of here.